Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been 4 months, yes, 4 months, since I did any work to the aircraft. I can't believe it. The last time I spoke to you was about the second week of June. The lockdown had just finished and we had some customers turning up to stay with us. And then it all went stupid. And there were lots of customers. And we've been completely fully booked for the whole of the summer. And it's now October the 18th. It's only just quietened down enough for me to actually get some time in the workshop. So all that I told you last time about setting aside 1 day a week, and it had been 2 weeks since I'd actually done anything. Well, it ended up being 4 months. So here we are. It's October. Just to recap, I had finished the left-hand wing, and there it is. It's still standing in exactly the same place. And I'm just about to start thinking about constructing the left-hand aileron. So I have got the parts out, I have got the drawings out, and I'm just starting to actually recap and try and remember exactly how I did the one for the hand wing. Anyway, other news. You may remember that I was learning to fly, and I'm learning to fly at the local aero club, and that is Jonzac in the Charente-Maritime. It's about a quarter of an hour from here. And I was learning to fly in a Tecnam P92, nice aircraft, Italian aircraft. And that was all going well, up to the point where the owner of the aircraft, because it was the aero club were actually renting it, decided to sell it. And then the aero club didn't have a suitable aircraft for me to learn to fly in. So they decided they were going to buy one. So they started to look around for buying a suitable ULM class ultralight 3-axis aircraft. And then one of the other aircraft at the Aero Club, they have 3 light aircraft as well, decided that it needed some serious work done to it, and they spent all the money that they were going to spend on the ULM on the other aircraft. So at that point I was getting quite frustrated because I hadn't flown for a while, and I thought, well, I'm going to forget everything, and then I'm desperate to get in the air. So I said to the club, what about if I buy another ULM and rent it to the club? So that's what I've done. I've bought a French ultralight. It's a Super Guépard, which in English is a Super Cheetah, and it's very nice. And I've got a little video which we took in the hangar a week or so ago, and I'll explain a little bit more. Here we go. Welcome to the main hangar at the Aero Club de Jonzac. That's one of the Robin light aircraft that belongs to the club. It's Katie's favourite. It's a DR400 160, and it's a 4-person light aircraft. Robin is a French make and has a characteristic tipped up wing. And standing next to it is my Super Guépard. ULM, which is a French design ULM, and it has a Rotax 912S 100 horsepower engine, two-person of course, being an ultralight, and it's very pretty. It was built in 2013, and when I bought it, it had 450 hours on the clock, so it's not worked very hard, and it's pretty pristine inside, as you can see. The only thing I had to do to it was to have the undercarriage replaced, because it had a heavy landing and the undercarriage was a bit wibbly wobbly. So there we go. That's the new acquisition, and that's what I'm doing my ULM training on at the moment. The club wanted to buy a ULM to do training, but unfortunately, due to some of the other club aircraft needing some work done to them, and one of them needed replacing this year, they didn't have the finances to do it. So what I've done is I've bought the ULM, and I'm renting it back to the club for them to use for training. There we go. So that's the new toy, a Super Guépard, which is French for super cheetah. So there we are. I've bought another aircraft. Well, now have 1.5 aircraft. I have 2 wings of another aircraft, and the tail, the vertical stabilizer, horizontal stabilizer, you can see them all up on the shelves there, and the elevators, the flaps and aileron for the right hand wing. All we've got to do is build the left hand wing flap and aileron next. So I'll be doing the aileron first and then the flap second. So I'm going to start tomorrow morning. I've cleared my diary, I've prepared, I've cleaned the workshop, I've got all the bits out, haven't got any customers, I've booked the rooms out so that nobody can book any of the rooms, and so we've got no customers tomorrow, and I'm going to get on and build some aircraft. So I will be posting more videos on a regular basis from now onwards. I've set aside Sundays and Mondays each week to do aircraft building, and so we'll see how that goes. The aileron is about 15 hours last time, so hopefully I'll be able to cut that down a bit, because I should know what I'm doing this time. And the flap, the last flap was about 10 hours, so hopefully might be able to chop a bit off that as well. And then we can get on to the interesting bit, which is building the fuselage. I'm looking forward to that, and started to think about the few little modifications that I want to do, which isn't much, but just the odd one here and there. And I'm looking forward to doing that, because that'll be something new. It's been a bit boring building the second wing and associated bits, so we'll get on to something that's much more interesting. Anyway, I'm boring you now, so I'll say bye-bye. I'll get on and do some work tomorrow, and then I'll post a video that's actually got something useful in it, other than me just whittling on. So stay tuned.